Tonight, lawyers representing former Atlanta officer Garrett Rolfe are responding to some of the claims the Fulton County District Attorney has leveled against him. A long list of claims. Rolfe is facing 11 charges, including felony murder, after he fired the deadly shots at Rayshard Brooks. In this new statement, Rolfe's lawyers outline 4 complaints they have with the DA's characterization of the case, including Howard's claim that officers never told Brooks he was under arrest. Rolfe's lawyers cite the body camera video where Rolfe tells Brooks, "You've had too much to drink, put your hands behind your back." They say that is enough of an indication that he was being arrested. Brooks had a taser as he ran away, and they also bring up the ongoing question of whether a taser is considered a deadly weapon. Defense attorneys say in their statement that Howard claims a taser is not a deadly weapon, but during a press conference on June 2nd regarding a different case of alleged police brutality, District Attorney Paul Howard did say that a taser is a deadly weapon under Georgia law, and that was an important distinction.